Hi there, I'm Phil Thompson from JSL Solutions, and you normally see us talking here about technical things like mobile apps, streaming video, as well as websites. And part of our vision is to really help equip churches to use technology, but we're going to change things up a little bit. That's why I have my guest with me today, Dr. Jeff Love, because we want to talk a little bit about a book that Jeff has written. It's called Life Palette, and we always want to offer churches resources, ministry resources. And again, normally we do it technically, and we are going to do that with a certain slant, but we want to give you an opportunity to take advantage of a great book called Life Palette by Dr. Love here. And Jeff, thanks for coming on today and being our guest, and tell us a little bit about this book that you've written.
Well, I appreciate being on, Phil. It's so good. JSL Solutions has been so good to us. When I wrote this book, it's based on Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, that you are a masterpiece. And I recently did the series at my own church, have all the notes and everything. And so you guys have been so good to us. We wanted to partner with you and work with you to let this be a resource to other pastors, because we really have, and I really have a heart for other pastors as well.
Well, you do. You certainly do. And we're actually in your studio right now, which is, if you look around here, you might see some things, some painting stuff, because not only have you been a senior pastor for many years now, over 20 years, right?
Yeah, and I know every pastor listening knows they need an outlet. Well, painting's my outlet from ministry on my days off. This is what gets me recharged.
And you do some nice work. And so, hence the title, Life Palette. Yeah. And so tell us about, when you say Life Palette, I mean, what's this all about? Explain really what this is and how this applies.
So God has made each person a masterpiece. The question I started asking after really digging into Ephesians 2:10 is, why doesn't our life look like a masterpiece? So I started kind of connecting the dots between art and Ephesians 2:10 and said, well, God's really the artist of our lives, but we give him the palette to work with. And the palette would be like our choices, our values, decisions we make, our character, our attitude, those kind of things. And if we're not giving him the right palette to work with, we're limiting God. So that's how the book got started. And really, it's written about helping your people, our people, become and live as the masterpiece God created them to be.
This is actually some pretty good sermon material, isn't it?
Yeah, it was for me. And, I've had other pastor friends of mine who are already digging into it and using it. And so that's why we want to make that resource available. And not only as a pastor, but as a church, we're very committed to helping churches. So we want to get that resource out there for free. And again, you guys have been such a great resource to churches at JSL Solutions, and you've helped us at our church so much. So,
well, Steve's done a great job. We've got a great team of people here. So Life Palette, again, and we're going to actually give you an offer here, folks, to download this for free in a moment. But so this is actually good for people involved in ministry, but also to pass that along to members and attendees in the congregation.
Yeah, and I would say, I've had great response from other people who've read the book that are not pastors, but even some pastors. The enemy wants to beat us up and tell us, you shouldn't even be a pastor because you got this in your life. We know ourselves, our thoughts and everything. But to really, when you read this and really dig into Ephesians 2:10 to say, oh, God has really made me as a masterpiece. I'm not always going to look like it, but the more we develop our life palette, the more we'll live like it and live as the masterpiece he created us to be as pastors and help our people to do the same thing.
So you're encouraging not only pastors, but people who may not be in the pastoral ministry. You're encouraging them to make some really good choices, to kind of line up their life so that God can work with them, so to speak.
Yeah, so get the right things on the palette so that your life looks like the masterpiece, and to make sure you're getting the right things off of the palette. There are some things that just shouldn't be on your palette that you're allowing to be on your palette, and it's holding God back.
Okay, all right, interesting. So readers can get this book by going to a link that we have right now. They can download it, a PDF version for free. It's the entire book, and there's also some what would you say, sermon notes or some helps?
Well, in the back of each chapter, there's actually group questions. Okay. So, and we did that at our church.
Okay.
And we will offer that for free to other churches, the expanded version of those questions as well.
Okay, so they could do some small group things with that. And then this is a limited time offer for the free book, but if people want to get a hard copy, a soft
Yeah.
What
it's
is
not
this
hard.
called?
I
It's
don't
not
know.
a hardback, but it's if you want to get a literal copy to read. How could they get this?
Well, right now they can just go to Amazon.com and get it, or they can go to my website, lifepalette.com.
Okay.
But we want the pastors to get the download version for free before it's getting ready to go into Kindle. And so we want to offer to them for free digitally before it goes on to Kindle, because then we have to stop giving it away.
And if you're watching this later after the offer is done, you could still get it on Kindle. You just would pay probably, what is it at Kindle?
It's going to
very
be about
reasonable.
$6.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. So you could always get it from Kindle later. But you can get it free now within the next week or so. And we hope that you'll take advantage of that. And Jeff, you've done a great job with this book. Some really cool stuff in here. You do some great painting as well. So maybe we can plug some of your painting in the future. Thank you so much for writing this. I know it's going to help a lot of people.
Thanks for having me on, Phil. I appreciate it. And for all you guys do at JSL.
Well, thank you. So here's where you can get Dr. Love's book for a limited time. Just go to tinyurl.com/Life Palette. And remember, it's for a limited time. Friday, March 28th is the last day that you can download it for free. All right? So if you need some help on that or anything else, just send us an email, support@streamingchurch.tv. I'm Phil Thompson. For everyone here, have yourself a great day.